yeah, let me know what you guys think. This is again the chin mount. Then we have the Mic Mini. Then you have your GoPro, and then last but not least, or your Insta360. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, we're going to be going over my things that I use to record, my settings, and everything else. I recently got this comment right here that asked me what settings and camera do I use. So I wanted to make a quick and easy video so that way you guys, if you guys are wanting, so that way, if you guys, just like me when I first started, are wanting to motovlog, you guys buy the right things and the right equipment, because honestly, it is not that hard to do motovlogging, and there's a lot of things that you can get wrong, like I got wrong, and one of those things being spending money on mics that don't actually work and aren't actually the best. Because at this rate, I think I spent money on 4 or 5 different mics, and none of them were the best until now. So let's get straight into the stuff that I use, and then we'll get into the settings. First and foremost, I do want to note that I use 2 cameras to record. I use an Insta360 X4. Unfortunately, I bought this just before the X5 came out, and also just another, unfortunately, I bought it just before the X4 Air came out. So this one is not one of the ones that you can place the lenses, but here it is. Just your standard Insta360. You do all the editing on your phone. It's been really, really cool to use this, especially when I'm out and about. I usually just stick it in the back or in front of me. That way I can get that front angle shot or the rear shot. A lot of people love to put this behind them. I don't know why, but I just don't like that shot. I like putting this in front of me and getting that. And if you guys are wondering what I can get, here's a clip of me while I'm talking and discussing this. If I remember correctly, this was roughly 400 bucks when I bought it, or 320, somewhere around that range. I absolutely highly recommend it. On this, I pretty much set it up to motorcycle riding, and then I do 4K at 60 FPS, and that's pretty much about it for the Insta360. Nothing really amazing or cool on that. But most of my videos, when I do the POV, what I'm rocking and what I end up using is actually a GoPro. A lot of people use, you have your DJI action cam, you have your Insta action cam, but no, I use your standard GoPro. This is the GoPro Hero 13, I believe. It is the black edition, so the highest quality one. I do have a couple things on it that we'll discuss, and yeah. So this is my main camera, and honestly, 99% of the videos that you see is on this bad boy. So I do have a couple things on here. I do not rock just the base camera. I actually have a media mod. Originally, the reason the media mod was introduced is because when you slide it in here, it gives you the ability to install and add a microphone. So here you have a little jacket to add a microphone. I used to rock a cabled microphone that would connect here and actually go inside the camera. I no longer do that because I noticed and have learned that it's not the best method. That's not the best method for me. So if you want a very cheap and budget mic, the one I would recommend is a I think it's called the Purple Panda. Sounds decent, sounds good, and honestly, most of my videos are from that, but I wanted to step it up and have recently changed. And then something also that you may not have realized, if I come up closer, I do not have the normal lens. I actually have, you might see it here, and it might be backwards, but it is an ND filter. I have an ND filter 16. So what this does is makes everything slightly darker, and this honestly helps you a lot, specifically when you're wanting to do very cinematic shots and give you that bokeh effect, because it's darker, it allows more light in, and it just makes things a lot smoother. You have to make some settings adjustments with that ND filter to get the best and the most out of it, because if not, you're wasting your time. So we'll go in the settings in just a second. But that is the camera. Again, it's the media mod, the GoPro Hero 13 Black Edition with the ND filter 16. Now, the last thing I wanted to cover, and the most updated thing I use. So right now I'm obviously using a DJI Mic 2 for this, but when I'm on the road, that DJI Mic 2 is too big and it interferes with the helmet. So what I've actually come to use now, and I might be replacing it here soon in the future with a Mic 3, but I actually ended up buying a DJI Mic Mini. So this is what I have right here. It's the Mic Mini. I have the transmitter and the other mic. And I got this specific case because I usually go riding with my cousin, and I decided why not mic him up and me up? I always, in all my videos, it sounds like I'm talking to myself, and I realize this is going to be the go forward. A lot of my videos I've recorded and are going to be posted here with shorts and things in the future are going to have 2 mics, him and me, and I'm looking forward so much to that content. But the biggest reason why you want the media mod on the GoPro, if you're using this method or any external mic, is with the transmitter. You could obviously get the mic, this and these mics to connect wirelessly or Bluetooth, but what I do here is you slide this mic transmitter. Let me do it the other way. It's like the mic transmitter there. You have a jacket here for the cable that comes with it, and you connect it, and then there you go. Now you can do a wireless mic setup, which is what I'd rather do now than having that wired mic. There's just some complications with that. On my mic, I use the magnet and just stick it under my chin skirt or my chin vent, whatever you want to call it. My cousin doesn't have one, so what we ended up doing on his helmet whenever he's riding with me is we put Velcro, so that way the magnet, which I'll actually show you, the magnet actually sticks there. So if you see the magnet, it's a little Velcro patch, and it gets stuck to here, and then the whole mic gets stuck to his helmet. So that's something I came and thought was very, very useful. And last but not least, for the all setup, you obviously need something to get the GoPro to attach to your helmet. So what I have is the chin mount. There's other brands. Honestly, I am not sponsored. Anyone can, and you're more than welcome to do whatever you want, but I personally love the chin mount. That's what I have here, and you can see the logo, I think, right there. The chin mount, and then the accessories, and then I just literally put it on there, clip it on, and move it back, and that's it. I will say, though, I've had the chin mount fail on me once, so what I ended up doing is buying another 3M tape here and ended up heating it up. What you can also do, and what I've seen, which is what I'm going to do if it ever fails again, is I'm going to end up epoxying that to the helmet, because I always want to have a camera on, or at least on me, not because of YouTube necessarily, but you never know when you're going to get hit, when something is crazy is going to happen. And you need that footage to show either the cops or whatever it may be, and not necessarily to post it on YouTube or Instagram or Snapchat or whatever it is. For my cases, I'm doing all of it, and I love showing my experiences. It's very helpful. But again, it has failed on me, so you definitely want to install the safety harness right here, which I intertwined with this. So when it fell, it literally just caught it, and I felt it hit my chest, which is why I saved it. So that's all the physical equipment that I use. Now, if you actually want to look at the settings, let me bring you in closer, and then that way you can actually see the settings and everything we go. Again, most of the settings you're going to want to worry about are on the GoPro, because that's mainly what I record with. So let's go bring you in and check it out. I'm very hopeful that you can actually see this, but if you go into the settings on this, I am recording 16:9, and then I have it on 4K. And my frame rate, the 60 FPS, I have this super lens mode. I have hyper smooth on. You can turn that off, but I like it on. And then the real settings that actually matter are going to be down here. So if you scroll down even more, and this is, you have to have your pro settings on so you can actually do this, is going to be your shutter. Your shutter is the most important thing that you want to put on here, and that's because the rule of thumb is you always want to do double your frame rate. So I do 1/2. So I do 1/120, which is the shutter speed. The EP comp, I have it disabled. I have white balance as auto, and then I have your ISO min and max. That's going to be adjusted. So I have my ISO min to 100 and my ISO max to 1600. I forget what was the reasoning, because other YouTubers recommended it, but that's what I ended up doing. For sharpness, you have that at medium, color natural, audio raw, and then wind to auto. All these audio settings don't really matter, because obviously I'm using a DJI Mic Mini. But yeah, that's pretty much the settings. And you, like I said, the biggest thing you absolutely want to do is that shutter speed 1/120, and then make your ISO min and max 100 to 1600. Some recommended that you have your ISO to 800, but I don't know why, but I wasn't a fan of that, so I did 1600. But yeah, guys, that's going to be pretty much it. That's going to be all the equipment that I use: the DJI Mic Mini, the GoPro HERO13, and then the Insta360. And then right now I'm using it's a Osmo Pocket, or DJI Osmo Pocket 3. with the mic Mini or the mic 2 because it's the combo. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. This is again the chin mount. Then we have the Mic Mini. Let's open that up. Then you have your GoPro, and then last but not least, your DJI or your Insta360. Then just a selfish plug for any of you guys who don't know or haven't watched any other video. Before I did bike related content, I did do a lot of content on my 3.7 Mustang V6. You heard that right, it is a V6. I'm running a drag pack. These are welds, but it's not your ordinary V6. Just before I end this video, it is a turboed V6, which you can see right here. And it's roughly pushing 550 horsepower to the wheel. So anyways, with that said, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you guys learned something new. If you guys have any questions, concerns, or anything that you would want to get any answers from, let me know in the comment section below. And with that said, have a wonderful day. Peace out, and I'll catch you on the next video.